So please, everybody, look on the worksheet that I gave you, and we're gonna go again. We're gonna go down and do the odds together, and then tonight you have to do what? Evens. And if you want to hear, well, you know what I'm gonna do for you. What I'll do at the end of the day is I will post the worked out solutions on Google Classroom. All right, that way you can go verify all of your work is accurate. Is everybody okay with that? All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at question number 1. All right, now for question number 1, can anybody tell me what the answer is? Tell me. X equals 5. Anybody else?
Oh, it could be negative.
It could be negative 5 too. All right, so with absolute values, there's always going to be 2 solutions. All right, there's going to be 2 solutions. Do you understand that? Because if we do negative 5, what's the absolute value of negative 5? And what's the absolute value of positive 5? That's why there's 2 solutions. Remember, absolute value is just how far away you are from 0, and there's always a negative and a what? There's always a negative and a positive.
We have to write it.
No, here's how you're going to write it, just like this. Watch. You're just going to write down x. Now I'm going to write it the long way, then I'm going to write it the short way. I want you to obviously write it the short way, so you got to be paying attention. Most people say x equals 5 or x equals negative 5. But of course, we all know people that are good at math, mathematicians, like to be quick. All right? They like to write as efficiently as possible. So this is the actual answer. X equals plus or minus 5. All right, that's the symbol. All right, when it can be both answers, 5 or negative 5, you just write the plus on top of the minus. Anybody have any questions for that? Save yourself a little time.
So if you write the plus over the minus, or if you forgot to write that, would you get it wrong?
What do you think?
No.
Absolutely not. I don't care about that. I'm just showing you. All right, how when you see it in a book sometimes, you'll see these symbols, you're like, wow, I don't know what that means. But it literally means exactly what it says. Answer could be 5 or what? Negative 5, that's all. All right, very simple. Very, very simple. All right, there's no work for that number. All right. However, now I really want you to just pay attention for a second. The absolute value of what is equal to 7? Or the absolute value of what? Okay, so here's why I'm showing you this. Because now you have to kind of figure it out. It's not as obvious. Does everybody agree with that? I mean, it should be obvious to most everybody in here, but if it's not, remember, what's inside can be either what? Negative 7, or it could be what? 7. So now I'm trying to show you how simple it is to remember this. All right? You want to know when x minus 5 equals 7, or when x minus 5 equals what? Negative 7. All right? So most kids don't like absolute values. Instead of 1 equations, there are what? You have to solve 2 equations. All right, that's all. It's very simple. Especially those of you guys who did really good on the last test. You know how to solve equations. This is just the same. Except instead of 1 equation, there are what? 2 equations. All right? Yeah, you're going to get both answers. All right, so now we're using our mental math here. So x equals what? 12. Or x could equal negative 2. Now, it's not always going to be plus or minus. All right, Brady, what?
So if x equals negative 2 minus 5 would equal negative 7, but if x is absolute value equal to stuff.
Oh, yeah, thank you, thank you. Again, thank you for telling me I'm right. I like that, all right? I like that a lot, all right? And again, actually, I'm very happy with them. Because what he's doing is he's just verifying his answer is true, even though everybody knows I don't need to verify my answers, right? Because, of course, I'm always right. So we don't have to verify that. However, let's just do just in case, all right? So what he's doing, he's saying, if I were to take 12 and plug it in for x, what's 12 minus 5? Absolute value of 7. 7. Then if I plug in what? If I plug in negative 2, negative 2 minus 5 is negative 7. Absolute value of negative 7 is what? So those are your 2 solutions. So we know we're correct. So we just kind of check them. Now, those of you guys who want to make A's, you should probably get in the habit of doing what? Checking your answers anyway. All right? Yes.
So I understand how you got -2, like where that came from, but why isn't the answer, like the answer to that would be -7, so how does that work since it's 7 in the equation?
What's the absolute value of -7?
Oh,
You see what I'm saying, right?
yeah.
So what is inside? Now, this is what I was trying to tell some of you guys. I really want you to listen to me so it makes sense. All right? If I put a question mark here and said, what number would it make that true, you would tell me either what?
Positive.
That's right. Now, here's what I'm trying to say. So, guys, got to listen now if you want to understand. All right? You just said it could be either 7 or -7, right? So I want what is inside the absolute value, and what is inside the absolute value? X minus 5. I want that to either be what? 7 or what? That's how logical it is. That's all it is. You want what's inside the absolute value to be the number on the outside or the opposite. Is that right? Easy. Super, super easy, guys. Very simple. Now, obviously, it's going to get harder as I go down the page, so we got to still pay attention.
When do you want it to be the positive or negative on the inside, or the positive and negative on the outside? Like, when do you want it to be the -7 or like a...
You have two options. It's this simple. You set it equal to this number, and then you set it equal to the opposite of that number. That's it. Then you solve the equation. Don't make it more complicated, guys. It's nothing. It's very simple, especially if you're listening as we're going through. All right? Now, let's take a look now at number 5. All right? So here we go. Tell me, what do I write down?
X equals 1.
Well, I know, but I want to write it out first. I appreciate your mental
So
math.
you do x plus 6 equals -7.
You see what I want you to do? I always want you to put the number that's outside first, and then you put the opposite. You agree with that? All right. So now, doing our math, we can say x is equal to 1, or x is equal to -13. All right, now's the time to speak up. That's easy, right? All right, I'm agreeing. Let's go to 7. All right, Mr. Valenti, tell me what to write. 3x equals, I didn't hear you. And? What's the other equation? Shh, put your hands down. He's brilliant. 3x equals -9. So x equals 3 or? So because we're brilliant, we're going to get used to writing x equals ±3. All right, let's check out number 9. Hannah, you're up.
So 3x minus 1 equals 8.
And?
3x minus 1 equals -8.
Okay, so now listen up. All right, I want you to do the mental math. Just look at it and tell me the answer for the first equation. Shh.
X equals 3.
And then?
X equals -3.
Nope. No, look, solve it in your head now. Come on. It's not always going to be the same. It doesn't work out evenly. You're right, so tell me what the fraction is. Now don't, here, look up here, just make sure. What am I doing to both sides? How do I get rid of -1? So that becomes a, what type? And then? Yeah, so the fraction is? Close. You always say this number first. Yes, but don't forget the what? Yeah, don't forget the negative. All right, so again, that's just practicing. Of course, I don't want you to do that, right? But you're practicing working backwards. All right, that's what you're doing. I really want everybody to be able to look at that and just say x equals 3 or x equals negative 7/3. All right, that should be the goal. All right, but let's look at it. So again, we're just adding 1. So that would be 3x equals 9. Is everybody good with that?
Yeah.
And then we would just say x equals what? 3. Then we say 3x equals negative 7, x equals negative 7/3. And of course, this is an or statement. Everybody agree? That's kind of easy, right? All right, as we go down, it gets a little bit more complicated. All right. So who's going to set this up for me? Tell me, Mr. Powell.
Can I do +3 on the 3 and the 2 for number 11?
I don't know what you mean.
Could I like get rid of the -3?
But how do you solve these?
So x over 2 minus 3 equals -2 would be right. I don't really know how to do it, but
No, you don't. This is the problem I'm having with you. You listen, I'm just going to put you on the spot here a little bit, so don't be mad. You want to make an A, right? That's your goal, make an A. So you are brilliant at math. But listen, I'm trying to show you some more advanced things. You hear me? So you have to. I got to show you the method of how to solve it. Because you can do math in your head is not going to help you when I get down to problems like these down here. You're just not going to be able to do it in your head. So if you don't do the easy problems the way I tell you, then you're not going to be able to do what? The hard problems. That's what you were fighting with me all last week on. You have your way of doing things, and it's going to hurt you in the long run. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make you mad. I'm trying to tell you, this is how you do it, right? Then you can solve all problems, no matter how hard I make it, you'll know how to solve the problem. But you have to learn the process, and you're not willing to learn the process. You think you can just look at it and tell me what the answer is. That's not what I mean by mental math. You set up the process first, then you do the mental math. You have to set the process up. We did a problem just like this one, exactly like this one. Number 9 and number 11 are exactly the same. Exactly. The process is exactly the same. So you have to look at number 9, see what I did, and apply that to number 11. Can you do that? And if not, it's okay. I'm going to tell you to listen now. All right? You want to listen to someone? All right. Who wants to tell them how to set it up? Go.
So x over 2 minus 3 equals 2.
And
or x over 2 minus 3 equals -2.
that's the standard right there. You hear me on that? Every single time. You write what's inside the absolute value equal to the number, and then you set what's inside equal to the absolute value into the opposite. Plus, I want you writing in pencil, right? That's the St. John's policy. Everybody's writing in pencil. There's always pencils in that green bin over there. Go get you a pencil. Come on, man. Come on, I'm trying to make you great, not just a good math student, a great math student. All right, now, let's see if you can do your mental math on this. Here we go. Nope, eyes up. Tell me what the answer is here. X equals what? What do I have to do first?
Change it to 2x.
No. Solving this two-step equation, how do I get rid of -3?
Add 3.
And so what does this become?
5.
And then how do I get rid of divided by 2?
Multiply by 2.
So
X is
5 times,
2.
which is,
10.
there you go, x equals 10. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you use your mental math. But of course, we're going to write it all out. So over here, what am I doing?
Add 3.
So that becomes
1.
And then,
Multiply by 2.
so that becomes a,
2.
that's easy. That's easy. That's what I'm talking about on your mental math. All right? So here we go. So I have x over 2 equals 5, x equals 10, or x over 2 equals 1, x equals 2. Now's the time to speak up if you're still having issues. You should be getting the hang of it. What?
How did you get 1 on the second one?
What's -2 plus 3? You with me on this?
Yes.
Right? So just in case, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to bring this down out of the way a little bit and just review. +3 plus 3. You agree with that?
Yeah.
All right. What?
On a test,
Now, I'm not worried about the test. This is what you have to do. Exactly like this. What? Oh, you good? All right, let's check out 13. Uh-oh. This one has to be careful on it for a reason. Who's brilliant? You're all supposed to raise your hands. You're all supposed to raise your hands. All right.
you know what?
Since you're all brilliant, who can tell me what the answer is?
2. Negative. Oh, yeah.
Oh, here.
It's 2.
Wrong.
Oh.
What is it? I'm listening.
Oh. Isn't that like not possible?
Wow. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Why do you think it's not possible?
Because the absolute value can't be negative.
Exactly, guys.
I knew it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I knew
Speak
that.
up now. All right. Absolute value cannot be negative. So no matter how hard you try, if I take the absolute value from something, it's going to be always what? Now, it is possible for it to be 0. I'm not arguing with you on that point. But I'm just saying, when you take the absolute value of something, it will always be what? Positive. So no matter how hard you try, can distance be negative? No. Try drawing negative 3 inches on your paper. All right? Try drawing that. All right? That's exactly right. There you go. Here we go. Yes, so here we go. Our symbol, shortcut for no solution. Not possible.
That's my favorite.
Yes, that's your favorite answer for some of you. All right? And that's what you do on the test. If there's 20 problems, you just put no solution on every single one of them, and you'll get one right. All right? There you go, man. Much better than the last test, right? Much better. All right, here we go. Now, what's the problem for this one? Someone tell me. AC, thank you. What's the problem here? Shh, listen to her.
4 times 2.
The 4 outside the absolute value is a problem. Thank you. So the first thing I need you to now make sure that you understand me and hear me saying is that you need to isolate the absolute value first. You must isolate the absolute value first. So how do I get rid of this times 4?
8x.
Nope. How do I undo a times 4? Yes, isolating the absolute value. We don't distribute through an absolute value. We divide out the 4. So the first thing you're going to write down now is absolute value of 2x minus 6 is equal to what?
3.
3. All right, now from there, AC, tell me what to do.
You have to.
Wait a minute. I got to write the 2 equations now.
2x minus 6 equals
Good. And
negative. And then 2x.
now listen, the thing is, I always try to tell kids, it doesn't matter if you put the negative 3 here or the 3 here, but I just say for consistency purposes, just write this number first and then the opposite over here. All right, is everybody with me on that? All right. Do I care? No, I don't, but that's just order. All right, organized. All right, so tell me the solution here would be mental math,
Add 6.
and then,
Equals
so,
9.
and then over here,
2x equals 3.
so,
3.
beautiful. That's exactly correct. All right, very good. Very, very good. Hold up. Let me show you something. All right, let's knock it out first. 2x equals 9. X equals 9 over 2. Or 2x equals 3. X equals 3 over 2. Rivers, what?
So we don't use the 4 at all.
What are you talking about? What do we do to the 4, Rivers?
Isolated it.
Well, well, I isolated the absolute value, but what did I do to the 4? Tell them again. AC, what did we do? You're right. You divided by 4. So here's how you figure that out. This was a what? 12. Now it's a what?
3.
So I could have either subtracted 9 or divided by 4. What did I do?
Divided by 4.
Because this was 4 what? Times the absolute value. You hear me now? All right. You better hurry up if you're going somewhere. All right. Thank you. All right. So here we go. 17. Uh-oh. On 17. Tell me, what do I do?
So you gotta write out the problem.
What do I have to do
Or you
first?
gotta eliminate the thing outside.
Yes. What is it?
You gotta add.
Yes. You add 3. Thank you. That's exactly right. Isolating the absolute value. Add 3.
So you have to do 9x minus 27 equals 9.
Mm-hmm.
9x minus 27 equals negative 9.
You're brilliant.
And
9x equals what?
9x equals, for the first one, 3 or 4.
That's what I thought you meant. 4.
And
And then?
then on the next one, it is so negative the positive 6.
Good.
And so yeah, you have 1 divided by
Brilliant.
oh, you get positive.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I know. You're more thinking about the process. Please don't worry about the little mental mistakes here. But if you're not sure about something, now's the time to speak up. Well, you good with that, right? Yeah, that wasn't hard. All right. Yes, ma'am. Here we go.
Where did you get 18?
What's negative 9 plus 27?
Um,
You see what I'm saying?
sorry, I wasn't.
If you don't, no, don't ever be sorry. Let's just, if you're not sure, just go ahead and write it out. You can see it better. All right. We're in class, remember, we're practicing mental math.
Oh, you're
I want you better at the arithmetic. That's what we're trying to get better at. All right. Seeing the numbers better. All right. Here we go. Number 19. Uh-oh. Number 19. Go ahead. What do I have to do first?
add 3 and
Add 3. So what do I get?
5 minus x equals, or x
Yep. 5 minus x
equals 2.
equals what?
I mean 5.
That's what I thought you said.
Oh,
And then rewrite it for me.
5 minus x equals.
Shh. Good with that?
2.
Now listen, here's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Pay attention now. I want my variable to be what?
Positive.
Positive. Right now my variable is what? So I think it's easier to just throw this over here. Does everybody agree? And now the variable is what? Is everybody okay with that being positive? So I put x over here. And now I move the 5 away from the x over here. So what is x?
The R.
Now, some of you said 10, some of you say 0. So which one is it? 0. Brilliant. 0. Now, how do I know it's 0? Because 5 minus 5 is what? 0. All right? Everybody okay with this? All right, now I'm over here. Same principle. I move the negative x over and it becomes what? Positive x. And then I do what to both sides? Add 5, right? And what's 5 plus 5? 10. All right. So here we have x is either 0 or x equals 10. All right. No time to be funny, guys. Just concentrate. Just concentrate. All right. Anybody have any questions? All right. Let's let the fun continue. All right. I tried to throw a bunch of negatives in on this one. All right. Bless you. Jude, why don't you tell me how to set this up? Good job. Exactly. Okay, so now what? Good job. And what is that? And so x is equal to? No, look, that's a good mistake. Don't worry about it, because you did good. This right here is division. Do you agree? So how do I get rid of division? There you go. So x equals, tell me.
32.
You're right, but it should be negative. Do you agree? Now look, what I'm trying to teach you right now is how to eliminate your mistakes. That's what I'm trying to show you. So again, don't just write down my answers. It's of no help. You're supposed to tell me the answer and say if it's right or it's wrong, and then go back and check for your mistakes. That's where some of you are making your biggest mistake. You're just agreeing with me without thinking through why your answer is wrong. All right, does everybody understand what I'm saying? If you don't understand why it's negative 33, now's the time to say, give me a little bit of help on that. What?
Is it not positive 33 because
There's a negative
still,
right here.
Is it still in bars?
I'm multiplying by negative 3. I'm multiplying by negative 3.
Oh, okay, so both of them are
Of course. What? I'm not sure what you mean by both of them.
I know.
There's one negative. Yes, sir. And did that answer your question too? All right, so now we're practicing on the other side. Jude, go ahead.
So you add 7.
Good.
And negative x over 5 equals 3.
And so
X equals negative 9.
now we're in business. All right, now you're getting it. All right, this is a good to help those of you guys who make mistakes on positives and negatives. It's a good lesson. All right. All right, Rivers, you tell me what to do on this one, buddy.
Negative 2x minus 7 equals 2.
Beautiful, beautiful. You don't have to say anything else.
And
Now,
then negative 2x minus 7 equals negative 2.
good,
Then we'll add the 7.
right?
So that's 9.
Good.
Negative 2x equals 9.
So,
And then we will be negative 9 over 2.
you're awesome. Keep going.
Okay. Then we'll add the 7. That is 5. Negative 2x over 5 or equals 5. Negative 5 over 2.
You're awesome. That's exactly correct, guys. Look at that now. You should be getting better. Karina, tell me something.
So you always,
Isolate the absolute value
before
first.
you do the
You
negative
cannot, you'll get them
positive.
all wrong if you don't do that.
Okay.
The absolute value has to stand alone.
Okay.
If you don't isolate, they're all going to be wrong, trust me. All right? You have to isolate the absolute value. All right? Yes, sir.
Do you do the fractions because it's like division to get rid of the multiplication?
That's exact. There you go, man. There you go. Now we're talking. Now we're communicating. All right? That's exactly right. All right? Ask me a question if you don't understand something. All right? That's exactly correct. Now you're in the game. You okay with everything else?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Try the next one.
So, how, you got 5? Shit, I got,
No, look up here on the board. What you're supposed to do, listen, this is why I get a little irritated with some of you guys. Don't check my work. Check what? Check your work. I guarantee my work is what? Mine's always right. So now what I want you to do, here, listen to what I'm saying, because you're always respectful, so I'm trying to help you. So listen, what I'm telling you is, you find where you're different, and you say, what did he do? Right? That's what I want you to ask me. Where's your problem?
I'll just figure out.
I want to help you, but I'm saying, is this what you wrote down?
Yeah.
Is this what you wrote down?
I just did from that.
As long as you know that. All right? I prefer that you actually correct your own mistake than me tell you, actually. All right? It's much better that way. All right? But you can't sit there and just change your answer, change your work to my work and think you understand it. Because you don't, if that's all you're doing. All right? Let's try 25 now. Ooh, 25. All right, Mr. Stauffer, I haven't heard from you. Don't embarrass me.
Alright, so first you want to isolate absolute values, so you want to get rid of the 6 prime.
Right? So when I get that, what do I get? Equals what?
3, 5,
Just what does it equal when you subtract
oh,
6? Now what am I doing, Mr. Stauffer?
dividing by 3.
And what do I get?
2.
Thank you. See how much quicker you can be? All right, now what?
So 5x minus 3 equals 2. 5x minus 3 equals 2.
Okay, so 5x equals? So x equals. Are you having trouble with 5 divided by 5? Next.
Plus 3, then you get 1, so 5x equals 1, and then 1 over 5.
Brilliant. Very good. Exactly correct. Is that all good with you?
I have a question.
Yes,
so,
sir.
At the beginning, would it matter if you did if you divided by, or like did the 3 before you changed the 6?
Like,
You must isolate the absolute value first. You must isolate the absolute value first.
So could you divide by 3?
That's what we did.
Before
No,
you
we
minus
did that
6
after.
before. Does the order matter?
Oh, yeah, remember, because we're doing PEMDAS backwards. You get rid of the addition and subtraction, then you get rid of the multiplication and division.
Okay.
It could still work if you divide everything by 3, whoever said that. Listen, so that's a nice thing that you said right here. Sometimes I teach the kids divide by 3, divide by 3. You can do that, but that's a little bit more advanced. So I prefer that we just do it one way first. Later I'll show you all that. All right, that was excellent thinking though. All right, so let's try 27. You're up, tell me.
So first you need to isolate the absolute values.
Good,
8x minus 2 is equal to 1.
and then?
Then you do 8x minus 2 equals 1, and 8x minus 2 equals negative 1.
And then?
So 8x equals negative 1.
What?
Or
Shh. How do I get rid of minus 2?
you add 2.
So that's,
It's 3.
and then?
And then if you do, then it would be 8x equals 1.
Okay, you just went ahead and did this side.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, no, that's okay. So what does x equal?
X is equal to 8 on the left side.
Or?
Or it's equal to 1/8.
You're awesome. Exactly. All right, you should feel really good about that. Speak up now if you're not really good with that.
Oh, I have a question.
Is it a good one?
Yeah. Are we going to review evens tomorrow?
That's a really bad question. All right, 29. All right, tell me, go.
So, first you do minus 7.
And what do you get?
Side, you get
Yes,
13.
yes, 13. And then what?
Then you do divided by 13.
And you get what?
1.
Look, this is what I'm telling you guys. Come on, that's just mental basic math. Everybody should be able to look at that and just say x minus 2, absolute value of x minus 2 is equal to 1, right? I don't want you to write all that stuff out. You should be able to just say, wow, subtract 7 divided by 13. There you have it. Now what? Finish it.
X minus 2 equals -1. And then on the top one, do x equals 3.
Or?
X equals
Shh. You're brilliant. Very good. Now I'm telling you, listen to me now. All right, that should be pretty good. That should be pretty obvious now. Anybody have any questions or concerns? All right. Listen, we have some time now. I prefer to get as much work as you can in class done. So that means kind of be quiet and go down and now just do the what? Now listen, if you're ever having trouble with number 2, you can look at number what?
1.
If you're having trouble with number 4, you can look at number. If you're having trouble with, let's say, 28, you can look at. That's how the worksheet is built. The odd and the even are the same, just different numbers. So your job, if you're having trouble, is to look at the odd. Is everybody with me on this? The next thing is, tonight, I will post the solutions to the evens on Google Classroom, and you can hear the other class. Is everybody good with that? Anybody have any questions? All right? All right, get to work, guys. Don't waste time, please.